What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday All Day Insider Show. We are here, as always, going to talk about a little football, little NFL all day, all the good stuff. It does look a little different today. We're missing a member. Today we have Stingray, we have Blaze.
What's going on, guys?
Phoenix is at a football game, so he might be popping in, or he might not. Who knows? We don't know. But how we doing today, boys?
Excellent.
Very good. I'm very happy that football's on.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that Tom Brady pulled out a win. And now they're even on the season. What?
They're
Looked
at
like they were going to have
500.
looked like they were going to have some troubles. But I don't know. Beating Seattle at least restores a little bit of my faith because Seattle was rolling until now.
It's not wild, too. Like, Seattle has Geno Smith at the reins and is rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Morning, Florian. How we doing today?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Missing playbook. You know, I wouldn't say we have less to talk about, but we have different to talk about. Is for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone's been talking playbook every Sunday and what they see doing what, and now we're just like, what do we do? So
Twiddling thumbs.
Twiddling thumbs and crafting peeps.
Can I
I thought for
interject?
sure we would have a flash challenge.
What's going on? Let's talk really quick about the Rumble, just because I'm still doing my lineup because I'm a slacker. But for those people who are watching, if anyone is, that you can still do it until 10 o'clock. But there's a bunch of changes to it. So I'm looking at the roster lock in 25 minutes. But what is the extra point, Blaze? Because it says you need +1 Jolly Joker. And it says get 1 entry for each Joker minted. And it's asking me to mint now, like as in I don't have one. But I do have one.
But do you?
Maybe
exactly right.
I can't remember all the levels off the top of my head, but maybe that's the one.
I'm wondering if I have to connect my wallet again just to be sure. I'm gonna go in and do that now. Nope, not it. So it says eligible.
If anyone's wondering what he is rambling about over there, just make sure you are checking out rumble.otmnft.com. If you have not throughout the weeks, it's basically fantasy ball that you use your moments to enter some stuff, and you can win money. So that's pretty cool. We'll go over our lineups that we chose this week and who we think you should choose as well later on. I agree. It is suddenly a very relaxing day without playbook. Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been making most of my Sundays relaxed. I have not been dabbling in the playbook the last few weeks. I've sold a couple moments here and there, but other than that, I've just been letting my collection hang out and not really do much with playbook.
I definitely feel like I have a different energy. I'm like, should be doing something, getting ready to see who's gonna pop off. But
I wish they would have done
waiting.
playbook only for that Minnesota Buffalo game is going to be weird and wild.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's
In
going to be
what
a
way?
bunch of huge numbers put up by people that game. I think JJ and Diggs both go crazy.
I don't know. I love that they were trying to downplay the fact that Josh Allen wasn't going to play. Like, oh, he might not play. Yeah, right.
Play Murray in fantasy or Daniel Jones. I'm guessing that was for the safe. No playbook, but at least enjoy some football without stress. That's easy for me. Just I would never put Daniel Jones in a fantasy lineup ever. So I guess I would go Kyler there. But I mean, Daniel Jones is probably safer. But I don't.
Kyler
He's
might
safe,
be out with
and Kyler
hamstring
might.
injury.
Yeah, Kyler might be out, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, if Kyler doesn't play, then it'd be a bummer if you put.
And it's a game time decision. It looks like is what they were saying up till like 20 minutes ago is when I last saw. But I'm not sure that he's going to. They were talking about how it's going to be like a battle.
Wait,
of
who's
backups.
playing instead?
I don't remember his name.
Is Josh Rosen still on that team?
Oh, there's a name I forgot. I was hyped about that guy when he came into the league.
Really?
Yeah, he came from what, like UCLA, and he was supposed to be super good, and then he wasn't. So
Yeah.
here's the thing: there's some good football on today. I mean, a lot of these games are. I mean, I guess good football is between all the 2-6 and 3-6 teams that play each other. Really, I don't think there's any. I mean, the Dallas Green Bay game could get interesting.
You know what? It's like one of the ones that I'm preferring to watch. Actually, I want to
Yeah.
watch and see if Aaron Rodgers goes 6 and like 6 losses in a row. I just think that he might have gave up, right? Like, but he's
Maybe
on the McAfee show talking about how like he's gonna come back, and I'm
I
like,
was about to say maybe he's vying for a good draft pick. Aaron Rodgers wants his next Devontae Adams.
They'll
It's like,
take another QB.
yeah. And I don't know that he's gonna play next year after all this.
I'm actually really wanting to watch the Detroit-Chicago game.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
It's gonna be a good one too.
Colt McCoy is second on the depth chart. Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. I also thought Colt McCoy was a
Yeah.
coach somewhere. So that's confusing, but
Really?
yeah. And I'm confusing him with the other Texas quarterback that went on to be a coach. I can't remember his name. Or I might be confusing him with Josh Heupel, who did not go to Texas, but it's like the similar. I'm pretty sure that he was the same hype and age as Colt McCoy, or close at least.
What do you guys think of the crafting challenges?
I mean, I'm a fan. I like the crafting challenges because, I mean, it could be a moment that's just really cool that people like. And like, for instance, the Parsons one you told us earlier, is right now the requirements for it were like $85. And if it's going to be a rare, no matter the mint count for Parsons, like I think 85 is fair. The mint count is going to get a little ridiculous, but I mean, you own a Parsons rare for $85. It's not terrible, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it or not. If 4,000 or 3,000 people complete it, like, is it really worth it?
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do, is kind of wait to see where it looks at the end, but then everyone else is probably doing the same, and if it's like 1,500 come Sunday, I'm assuming is when they cut it off next Sunday. Everyone jumps in there, and then suddenly it's 3K common. It's going to be some disappointed people.
Wait, can it be when is it a common?
2,500 or 2,501, I think it is.
Ooh, so that's a bummer because like I would only do it because we're seeing in Playbook, like, or challenges in general, like you need rares now a good amount of times. I would only do it to be like I can secure a Parsons rare for less than the debut. Now, if it turns into a common and you're burning commons for it, it's just instantly not worth it. So.
Right. That's it's going to be a tricky one, I think. It'll be interesting to see. And then, just the outrage that'll occur if it trickles into the common sphere.
I mean, I feel there's no way it doesn't.
Well, yeah, there's 2691 last time I checked, so.
Eligible. That don't even have to buy anything.
Yeah. That's going to get knocked off by people that don't buy packs on Friday and don't have the moment from the Friday packs that you need, or however. I think it's just one, but.
Right, but can't you just buy that moment on Friday?
You could.
Yeah. So.
But I'm assuming that some of those are
500 maybe you'll get knocked out of there or whatever.
Yeah.
People
aren't participating right now or whatever. I'm sure there's some.
What do we think about the Burrow one?
The Burrow one is at least interesting. 289 eligible because of the rare is so expensive, right? Like, what's the rare at? Sorry, let me look really quick.
I'm guessing around 230, 215.
Yeah, it's like it's like 80% of the actual cost is the rare.
220 if you buy it right now, and you have to burn a $220 moment. I just don't know.
Is it gonna? I think it's gonna be almost the same as the CD experience.
Maybe like half and half.
Mhm.
You think? I think you're
I'd be
probably
kind of
right.
shocked if it gets to 600. I think a lot of people are hesitant to participate at that higher end one after the CD, right?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
also true.
That's one that I'm going to watch closely because I had all the moments already for it. I'd probably be in for like $200 if I
I
did
mean,
it.
yeah, if the mint count stays
I'm like,
anywhere below 400, it's just an auto burn, I think.
Or
because,
if I mean,
like,
right now it's saying 289. So if it's like under 200, then that would be really nice.
Yeah.
my
And it
cutoff
might
would be
be worth
150, I think.
150. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's a good call. I mean, you're basically only 150 at that point. You're double what this series Legos are, right? I mean,
right.
79. I mean, you're getting like a mini Lego at that point. That would be awesome. I just don't know how many people. What did you buy your Burrow Rare for?
175.
175. So if I bought mine for
I
220
guess
right
you need
now,
the 2 rares from. I wasn't thinking about the 2 rares, so I'd probably be in for just under 250.
sorry,
But,
let's pull
so
this up really
You mean the
quick.
2 commons?
isn't there 2 rares that you need to burn? I'm pretty
No,
sure in that
you need to
challenge.
burn 2 common Burrows, a quarterback moment, 3 Cincinnati Bengals moments, and 1 Burrow rare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
So
actually
the
just
Burrow
one
rare is
rare.
all the money, basically.
Right.
The rest of
So
them are.
then, yeah, I'd be in for 200.
So I'm wondering then if someone is gonna go and buy these. Like, is someone gonna go and buy a $220 moment to burn it?
Yes.
Well, probably,
think?
but
Yeah.
for
I mean,
me,
at
like,
least
What
one
if it
person,
gets
if not,
to
like 30.
what if the top internet's slow? What if the top
And you gotta
10
think
go?
that's
10
you gotta
go.
think
And
that's
then
already
you're at
pumped.
then you're at 250,
Well, it's already pumped because of this challenge, right?
right?
So we know people have bought for that reason. Now,
it's gonna go up when come Friday and people buy packs and can actually do the action of burning.
mhm.
People are gonna start doing it.
So you could
And-
do the other play too, right? You could wait until an hour before you're supposed to burn them and sell your rare for like top dollar. There's that
Right.
option too.
You could also buy a pack and still not get a QB moment, or are they saying that you're gonna get a QB moment no matter what?
You're supposed to
Mm,
have one moment that's eligible for
Okay.
burning.
Okay. Because there's
I
what
Whether or
8?
not it's a QB, I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a pack drop. So
It says week 5 through 8 QB moment. It has to
no,
be a QB.
I know, but I didn't even know there was a pack drop for.
Oh no, just to Blaze's point. So
Yeah.
you have to be getting a QB in
No,
this.
because wait, is it going to be
pack drop.
eligible for this crafting challenge or just one of the crafting challenges?
This one
I think
specifically.
just one of.
What?
Like the pack in the pack, you're gonna get one moment that's eligible for one of the challenges. I think
That's what
I
I
could be
thought.
way off base here, but
Yeah.
I'm just looking at OTM. It says to be determined.
for the
Series
challenge,
2, week 5 through 8 QB moment burn slot. So that's not necessarily saying that you're going to get that, right?
No,
You're saying
No,
but
you could get one
for the
for the
Parsons-
Parsons.
for the Parsons one. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
or the
Okay.
Kelsey one or whatever.
Okay.
Wait, there's a Kelsey one?
There's gonna be a Kelsey. Oh yeah, buddy. You might.
And I
That's
sold-
why. Yeah.
Look at this. I sold my Kelsey moment. Hold on. And I bought a Cameron Hayward with the money.
Ouch.
Hey, it was
Well, that would
worth
have
it
been
so
the
far.
right play. Yeah, that would have been the right play. Minus this crafting challenge popping up.
But I mean, what is my one Kelsey common really gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be. You're gonna need his rare, and I don't have.
You know, the other thing that I like about burning this Joe Burrow and is actually making me almost consider it is the fact that it's part of the Super Wildcard Weekend set, and I hate
Yeah.
that set.
No one's ever gonna complete that set.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna complete it ever. So like, it's almost worth it to burn that just to get rid of some of that crappy set, right? And say, let's see, let's go to that
He's
set.
gonna be a pretty nice bottleneck within the. Oh, I just blanked on the name of this set that the crafted moments are in. Draw the line.
Yeah,
the line.
draw it up.
Draw it up.
Yeah.
Draw it up.
Yeah. So
Yes.
like if he gets a 150 mint, like that's gonna be pretty close to other ones, right? Unless it's
Mhm. I'll
It's going to
tell
be
you
the
what,
lowest one, rare at least.
it's
one of
only
them.
going to cost me $6,000 to complete Super Wildcard Weekend. I don't know. Maybe I should just do it. The only thing I really need that's rough is Josh Allen, which I want anyway.
God, the spec is wild. The Kelsey's already up to the amount I sold it for on his pump. It's already up to 44, the common.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The people are already knowing. Burrow's rare, by the way.
I
Get out of
kind
hand
of
expensive.
zagged and went with a Tony G. Bought one of those the other day.
Hey, you've needed Tony G so many times already.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no reason not to just get it.
Yeah, 100%. So Super Wildcard, only 56 people can complete that.
Yeah.
Is there a Lego in there?
There's like 4 Legos in there.
Are we excited to see what Trevor Lawrence can do against the Chiefs?
I have no comment.
Still very hopeful for him.
You know what? I've
Is it in
become like
Arrowhead?
steadily more fascinated by him because he's just surrounded by such bad players, and he really does have like this. When you watch him, he has this great attitude, and like he'll get knocked around, he'll get intercepted, and he's kind of just like, oh shucks. You know what I mean?
Well, my thing about him is I've seen, like, to your point, the last week I was watching like one of the highlights and he got crushed by some dude and got up and helped the guy up.
Yes.
And was just like patting him on the helmet. And I was just like, dude, this guy.
Yeah. And you know what? Character says like so much about a player and like how long they might be around. And you know who it reminds me of, like attitude wise, and it's totally probably an off comparison.
Andrew Luck. That's who he is, dude. I knew you were gonna. I know it.
How did you know that?
I just know that's the comparison.
Me and you, man, were like this. How did you? Seriously, that's amazing that you actually pulled that out.
Yeah,
he's Andrew Luck.
He is 100%. If no one's ever seen the compilation video of Andrew Luck like congratulating defenders for hitting him, it's exactly Trevor Lawrence 10 years later or however long.
No, it is. And you know, the only other person that I respect that does that is Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is like still an angry Josh Allen.
Yeah,
like
he'll get up, swag.
Yeah, like he'll get up and he'll congratulate you, but he's also kind of like in your face, like he wants to kill you. Like, yeah. But so his demeanor is super Andrew Luck. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yep,
it's amazing. So I do have this like newfound respect for him, and honestly, I didn't do it for a really long time, and then by the time I bought his triple badge, I way overspent. I spent like $950, I think, on his triple badge, and so I'm like really close to buying a second one.
Yeah, Andrew Luck, dude.
RWG, my man. Yeah, no, totally.
So another thing crazy, just talking about the Jacksonville or the Trevor Lawrence against KC, it is an Arrowhead, first of all, so that's unfortunate. But Lawrence only has 500 less passing yards than Mahomes on 30 less attempts and the same number of picks. And their running back, Etienne, has double the rushing yards of Kansas City's leading rusher. Like,
yeah,
they're just unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've
Lawrence
had a playing well.
Close games.
They have had.
It was the same last year.
They've only lost by like 3 points, right?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Is that the stat?
5 or 6 times. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was last year was the same. He was always close. And I think if he gets that one difference maker on offense and like a couple more defensive players that are difference makers, like they just all of a sudden are good.
Yeah. And it's interesting too. Like I know, I forget the gentleman's name, but he offloaded all of his commons, you know, when he had a whole bunch of them. I've been slowly picking up, like if I see one at $6, I just buy it. Like it's, you know, a rookie moment of a great QB.
Already, that's a great
Series
point.
1.
Etienne only has 120 carries and he has 680 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
Like, they played together in college too, didn't they?
They did. He was his running back in college. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. And so what do we feel? What's the opinion on the Jacksonville coach right now, though? Are people starting to like him? Like,
I feel like he's gaining momentum.
Yeah, like obviously compared to last year, I mean, everyone is, super happy that he's out and that the new guy's back in, or new guy is in. But I don't know if they're still like counting them out because they don't have a great coach or what. I don't know what the deal is there. But I'm pretty sure that after this, and I mean, at least he's made improvements, right? I mean, they're not getting creamed, and the attitude is totally different in the team. I think they at least go out with the intention of trying to win a game this year, whereas last year that was not the case.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's gaining momentum, and even though those close losses are losses, there's definitely a lot more like fire in the team. Like you're saying, like last year when they go out, like they just looked deflated the whole time, like from the beginning.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I feel like,
kind of like Green Bay right now.
and also you can't throw a coach in right after Urban Meyer is just the worst coach and be like, oh, he's not 8-0. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
still definitely rebuilding. Christian Kirk is their top receiver for God's sakes. Like, I mean, give Lawrence any first round top 10 draft pick that's a receiver. And we talked about this on another podcast. Like if he gets a weapon, then you can really determine if he's going to live up to the hype or not. But right now it's like he's throwing to B tier receivers and everyone's like, he's terrible. Like,
Sure.
give him anybody. By the way, McCole Hardman's out of that game, so that's a difference maker, I think.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy. I saw that this morning. You know who I would really like to see Trevor Lawrence go to, and it's a complete wild card. It would never happen probably, but can you imagine Trevor Lawrence on San Francisco?
That'd be fun.
Oh my God. They'd
I'm
be
hoping
unstoppable.
Aaron ends up
Unstoppable.
there somehow.
Who?
Rodgers.
No.
I know it'll never happen. They've invested way too much on what's his face there.
That's the thing with the Jags, though, is I feel
Who?
like
Are you talking about?
Francisco.
Are you
Not
talking
gonna-
about the guy who's never going to play again in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Trey Lance, yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But no, that's the same thing the other way around too. Like I feel like the Jaguars are just not forced, but like Lawrence wants them to build around him. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. It seems like he's the face of the team, and he will be forever as long as they just build around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my comp is Josh Allen, right? Like he's borderline sucked his first 2 years. Everyone was down on him, and then what do? They go out and get Stephon Diggs. And what happens? The switch flips. Now he's the man.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Well, you know,
wait, maybe Jacksonville gets OBJ.
that would be crazy.
Nah, he's already like down to 5 teams apparently, and Kansas City is one of them, which is just nuts.
I don't
If he
like
ended-
that pairing. Honestly,
he
I
ended
don't
up with
think that him and
Mahomes-
I don't think that him and Mahomes will mesh well.
I think he goes to Dallas, but that's what I've been saying the whole time. He also has the Giants on that list, which would be something.
Let's talk about what's happening with the Bills though for a minute, because the Bills at 6-2, if the Vikings could somehow pull
Who did
this
they
game
lose
out,
to last week? The Jets?
yeah,
Yeah.
which brings up a whole conversation about the Bills though, because people have found a way to beat them, right? So it's not like the Bills are this unstoppable machine that they were hyped up to be at the beginning of the season, and the Vikings look good. So if the Vikings win today, they go 8-1, and the Bills go 6-3, I think you have to kind of at least not automatically put the Bills into, playoff no, obviously they'll go to the playoffs, but like I don't think they're just guaranteed shoe into the Super Bowl anymore. I just don't.
Well, that's the crazy
And
thing.
he's hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt. First of all, that's a huge factor. Second of all, though, is the Eagles are 8-0 right now, and the Minnesota Vikings could be 8-1 after today. The hype behind the Eagles compared is absolutely insane. The fact that
Yes.
Minnesota is 7-1 and is like the most underrated team in the world right now is crazy to me. Like I didn't even know they were 7-1 at my own fault, because I did until I just looked at the games today. I was like, wait, the Vikings have only lost 1 game.
Yeah.
Like, because no one's talking about that.
No one's talking about it. No one.
Like they're pretty
because
good.
no one cares about Kirk Cousins.
That's a great point. Hurts got Brown and Tua got
Yeah,
Tyreek,
right.
and then all of a sudden they're phenomenal.
That's
And
true. Who
Lawrence
could we
don't
give to
got
Lawrence?
that.
Who could we give to Lawrence? Someone needs to do something for that man.
So, that would be Kyle Pitts.
Oh,
Ooh.
Now that's the thing is like that is what Kyle Pitts is. We've talked about this a million times, but look at Kelsey at Kansas City, right? He's a tight end, but he is easily the number one there. And I mean, in my opinion, Kyle Pitts is more athletic than Kelsey. He's as big, but he's more athletic. Like if you had a number one like that, like that's scary.
Travis Kelce is pretty athletic. Let's not.
No, he is. No, 100%. I'm not. I mean, look. I'm rocking the Kelsey.
I know,
I'm not
I know,
dogging
I
on Kelsey. I'm just saying Kyle Pitts is a freak athletically, and Kelsey is like good and knows how to get open and knows how to run routes. But Pitts
and just runs over people. I mean, let's just be real too.
If you put the ball up in double coverage
Kelce,
and said go get it, Pitts
Yeah.
is the one you want there.
Yeah.
Over Kelsey.
Really?
I would think so. I mean,
I'm really sad. I really want this Justin
I want
Fields.
DK to
Oh
join Lawrence.
that would be a good one.
That'd be cool. Or just Trevor Lawrence on Seattle.
And
would be
they
pretty
did take
amazing.
Calvin Ridley. I forgot about that. Jacksonville has Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, if he can come back.
Yeah, if
He's
so
old
that's-
too. He's like, I don't want to say old, but like
He's like
he's like
29.
27 or 27, 28 at least.
I saw a tweet.
But he is that type of body that would be nice.
I saw a tweet on Thursdays exactly after the Falcons lost. And just
He's 27. Sorry.
the mess of a game to Carolina. I don't know why they lost or what happened. But
That was
anyway,
awesome.
I saw a tweet that just says, I feel like Calvin Ridley's to blame for this. And I laughed so hard. Just like anytime Atlanta does anything for the next 10 years, just think Calvin Ridley has a hand in it somehow.
Yeah. That's
He's
awesome.
betting somewhere.
You know, I'm so down.
But Calvin Ridley's not a true number one either. He's always been behind someone. And I mean, I think DK would be good.
Is DK's contract up? Is that why you were suggesting that? I don't know what's going on with DK. I thought I heard that it was almost up.
Trade bait. He's like rebuilding, right? Unless they get a quarterback this year, but I feel like they're having a season that's going to push them just outside of getting one of those.
Who, Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Plus Pete Carroll's crazy, but he might trade DK just to spite like his whole offense and just burn it to the ground and be like, I only want to run the ball.
I think it's gonna have to come from a team realistically though that like has two quote unquote number ones, or like I would love DK there, but I don't see them getting rid of him and leaving Tyler Lockett.
No, they would have no wide receivers.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that.
That would be too hard. You could. So hypothetically, let's say the Bills don't win the Super Bowl, which I think is
the Bills aren't going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. So what happens to all those players? I mean, you could get rid of Gabe Davis.
But that's it. I mean,
Stephon Diggs is probably kicking himself because he could probably go farther with the Vikings this year.
That's that's back to my point though. Like, do they trade Stephon Diggs and let Gabe Davis be number one? No. And then if Gabe Davis goes to another team, he's not a clear number one. Like he's good.
I mean, he would be a number one in Jacksonville though. So you can't say that.
Mean, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like he would be a number one in Las Vegas. Like
maybe what about Pittman from Indianapolis?
That's another one.
That'd be a good one.
Let's just solve this right now. We'll just call him the reincarnation of Andrew Luck, and we'll trade him to the Colts and just let him go with Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman.
See, I could see that happening too, because who do the Colts have as a quarterback?
No one. Ellinger?
No one is the answer.
Horrible. I mean, after that performance, I'm surprised that they're not like begging Matt Ryan to go back in.
So they've already said he's basically going to be in it during this game at some point.
Is he?
Like,
Thank
well, they're
God.
like he's on a short leash.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
an
he
open quarterback
sucks.
competition.
He sucks. He is not even a backup in the league. Like, there's just no way. Not Matt Ryan, Ellinger.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah.
Ryan too.
Sam
how
Ellinger is
dare
another
you.
Texas player that I thought was a coach at some point, but apparently he plays for a team, which is wild.
Yeah.
News break: Josh Allen is playing football.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, how many times are we going to talk about this today? This Buffalo Bills Minnesota Vikings game is like a big game. So for Josh Allen to sit this game, I don't think they're going to let him do that. You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, there's no way it
there's no
wasn't
way,
Josh
right?
Allen.
I
No,
mean,
but there's no way it
but
wasn't
what if he
Josh
takes a
Allen saying
hit?
I'm playing.
Yeah, but what if he takes a hit and is like in pain? Are they going to sit him then? I don't
No,
know.
he
I
won't
don't
let them. He'll
know.
never show that he's hurt unless his leg is like broken. By the way, what's wrong with him?
Dangling.
Why is he hurt?
His elbow.
Oh, he's fine.
It's his throwing elbow. I mean, he's not that fine. They were saying he could be out potentially for 4 games.
Well, the first route of the game was they're playing it safe already, so we'll see how it goes. Little swing to Diggs, loss of 8, perfect. So any other big games? Let's see. We have Detroit, Chicago, nail biter.
I'm always rooting for Detroit. I got a soft spot for them.
No way, man. I want Justin Fields to rock them today. I
Hey.
think Justin Fields runs for 100 yards.
I was about to say, hey, good call because the first play of the game, Justin Fields, 1 rush, 28 yards. On his way.
I'm telling you, he's going to break a hundo for
Dude,
sure.
he's good. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't care what anyone says either. He's super good.
Like, if I would take him over Ellinger.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Actually, I say he's good, but it's hard to think of a lot of quarterbacks that I would sit for Justin Fields.
Well, there's a lot going
How
on
good
with
is he
Justin
really?
Fields, and with Justin Fields really is like the exact opposite of Trevor Lawrence. Really, though, is Justin Fields has like the worst attitude in the world. You could just see it on his face. He's just not a leader. So if anything ever goes bad for Justin Fields, he just looks like you hit his dog with your car. Like, he's not that guy that's going to go out there and be like, come on and let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, is that like frustration though? That like,
Yeah, 100%. But do you think that Trevor Lawrence isn't frustrated? Trevor Lawrence is frustrated and he's smiling, patting people on the back. You know,
you know who that reminds me of? I don't know who here watches college ball, but I do, as everyone probably knows here. But
Mhm.
Alabama's quarterback, who will be a top 5 pick next year, Bryce Young.
Mhm. Yeah.
They've lost 2 games this year, which Alabama doesn't do, and they almost lost last night. It was very close. They were up 6 with the other team on their 10. Ole Miss had the ball on the 10, could have scored, but then he got sacked like 3 times in a row and the game was over. But regardless, Bryce Young in those losses, the final play where he was out there trying to win the game, they both came down last play, by the way. He has a full smile on his face 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Never looks frustrated. He comes out there and has to lead a drive to win the game, and he does the whole like look up, point to the sky, smile huge, and off he goes. And it is crazy to watch.
Yeah.
They lost the national championship last year, and he was smiling up until the last second.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane to watch that, and I think that brings like a certain morale to the team.
100%.
Like your leader is going out there and just is fearless
And balling out.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
Like he never shows that, like, because that's the main thing with Fields is I feel like the frustration shows, and his team is like, okay, we're not doing what we need to be doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
and this is the best comparison. Lawrence is Luck, Fields is RG3.
Yeah, I
100
could see that. I could see
RG3
that.
showed his emotions so strong.
Yeah.
And it's
Ooh.
not bad to show the emotion, but I think it's the point of like you can't let your emotions turn the momentum of the game. And Fields does that sometimes, it seems like his team is frustrated. And they're like, oh, we lost.
Well, and the thing about him too is that when he's like feeling it, he's so happy and he is smiling and he's like feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? But the second that something goes wrong for that guy, he just gets so upset and he's basically just like checks out. And I'm sure his team is like, oh, well, Justin got sacked. He's going to throw a bomb or he's going to throw an interception. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just the exact opposite of Trevor Lawrence.
Well, he's at 50 rushing yards, so you're halfway there.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, I really wish I packed 2 of those fields, and I think I sold them for like $30 just because I wanted to buy something else. And now they're $64, and I'm not going to buy it for $64. So we'll see what happens. Blaze, are you speccing anything for next week?
No, I'm just waiting to see. I basically just bought sets, filled out as many as I could. That's now I'm kind of marinating and just waiting to see what the next play is.
It's just too hard, right? Like, we just don't know what's going to happen. They could completely change playbook like 100%. So to spec anything is kind of dangerous, right?
Yeah, like I had the trade spec, right, where it was like, okay, like the trade deadline just passed. There was a bunch of guys moved. They had the guys the trade challenged in the off season. It just kind of all aligned, and I don't know if maybe during those layoffs, right? Who knows how that affects the challenges and what they feel comfortable putting out on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we kind of said last week that the only reason that they would not do a playbook is because they want to release a pack, right? So obviously we saw that happened. So I'm wondering if they just used it as an opportunity, used dropping a pack as an opportunity to kind of like take a look at playbook and be like, well, let's say we're going to change a couple things. And maybe they do change a couple things. I'm sure they will, but not really revamp it completely, but then just put it on hold, because we saw what it did to the marketplace. I mean, it's not much, but I'm happy anytime my account, goes up 2% in a couple days. That
for sure.
makes me happy. You know what I mean?
I think the fact that it does that without any input, like they got rid of playbook and didn't do anything.
I did not do anything,
and it went up.
Yep.
So
which are they just in their own way?
What does that really say?
Are they like they
playbook,
need to just
right?
Yes, 100%. They need to just kind of. I think that they're trying to control the market themselves by maybe getting, obviously we know that, Playbook is going to increase their marketplace rake in, right? Because people are buying a bunch of moments. And if they stop people from buying moments, then they're going to lose that 5%. However, if the market goes back up, I don't know, like if the market just
goes up through those transactions also. It's just a matter of those transactions outweighing the number of sales, people wanting to sell, right?
Yeah. I don't
like if there's in one moment, if in a given day there's 5 listed, but then there's 10 purchases, it's going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Judy with a leg injury, everyone sell him.
Of course. Yeah. I dressed him in one of my fantasy lineups.
Mahomes is scampering around. But so another thing that's crazy is you guys are talking about like moments moving and things going upward and trending upward without playbook. Like I think a lot of it could be like the spec on like crafting challenges have moved it up a little bit. But another point I was thinking going back to the fields discussion is I think people are starting, and it's a very slow start, but I think it's a positive start. And I think the community needs to do this. Is his rare has went up 80% or something in the last week because he's a good player. Their team is terrible, sure, but people are recognizing, the good players should be collected, and I think that's a great start for the community.
Right.
Like Justin Fields alone is a phenomenal football player, and his moment has went up from third $27 to almost $70 only on that fact.
Which only because people saw him last week and were like, oh wow, he's really good.
Exactly. And like I think if people start valuing players at their worth, which we've talked about many times, Jonathan Taylor's comment is $6. Like
Hmm.
if you just take all the players and put them on a flat line and move the moments up and down based on the player's worth, it would be, I mean, the market would go up exponentially. So I just think that's what's going to start happening with things like Playbook not being around and with all these different things. Our moments are going to be like the off season. I know where the off season seems terrible, but without Playbook and all those other things convoluting it, I think moments even back out to like what they're worth.
For
With
sure.
how we saw last year, everyone was collecting, Taylor, Derrick Henry, all the
Mhm.
big names like that were way above the rest of the moments. I think you'll get back to that when it's not based on which player did well that week.
Hmm. No, I
And
really hope so. And I think we talked about that last, or maybe even on Wednesday, right?
yeah,
How when the season ends, you're going to see a couple packs maybe. But I think people are going to, just exactly to your point, they're going to go back to being like, well, you know what? I actually really like Tom Brady. I'm going to buy his debut. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Whereas right now, people are like, there's no reason to buy a Tom Brady. He's never going to hit in anything. So,
exactly. That's the
like,
only reason to buy anything right now
yeah,
is who's going to hit in Playbook. If they're
right.
not, you don't buy them, no matter how good they are. But
Mm-hmm.
when the Playbook's gone and when it's back to how the previous offseason was, you're going to see those players all getting scooped up again, which,
Yeah. And it's interesting to think, too, like, I do know, Dapper through everything has said that they want it to be a combination of collecting and gamification, right? Well, it's going to be pretty hard to make something gamified in the off season. You're going to
yeah,
it's just going to go 100% back to collecting. There's just no way to keep it like a, a like a platform that can turn it into a game in the off season. And the off season is just so long for the
yeah,
NFL. It's not like Top Shot, you know what I mean? Where what is it like more than like 3/4 of the year is
yeah.
basketball?
Yeah, and it's
Right.
also like challenges and stuff there. I mean, it's not even close to a comparison. There's so many games and there's so
Yeah,
many different things.
yeah.
Like you have a reason to collect certain things because, like,
Hmm.
a flash challenge could come up at any time and it'd be anything, right?
Right.
Well, here there's only a certain amount of games a week.
Hmm.
We know the ones that are going to be spotlighted. It's very predictable where Top
Yes.
Shot is not
Right.
at all.
Right.
So with it being predictable, I think that's also a downfall, and that's why I would love to see more. Like, I think Blaze was on mentioning possibly a flash challenge tonight after the games, or for the Sunday night game, or for Monday night even. But those unpredictable challenges are the ones like we need to start seeing. I think for the market really to even out, because then people have to go back to collect everything.
Hmm.
Well, right now they don't. So
The God, that I just have to bring this up because I'm looking at it right now. That Lenny Fournette Afterburners is all the way down to $49 right now.
ooh, I should have bought that with my Kelsey instead of Cam Hayward.
That's rough. I think I back in the day when I was trying to complete the Buck set. I think I bought one for like $150. I sold it by
I made
now,
for
but
like 185.
for
Well,
Fournette,
yeah, I used them for a couple challenges though, so
yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah, that's
complain.
rough. That's rough. Um, yeah, we've got some deals going on right now. I mean, I
Everything
really
is a
But
like,
that's a
deal.
prime example of why
yeah.
sets are required because if like the Afterburner set is out of 799, like
Hmm.
if that moment would not be the price that it is if it was something that was rewarded for holding.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Fournette, but the 7.99 mint is pretty good, right?
Right.
But
Like
like,
for a rare
it's
set especially, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Oh, I should
like
have started Chris Godwin.
Alvin
Oh, sorry.
Kamara, Rashad Bateman's rare is only $27 right now. I'm gonna buy it just because next year he's gonna be back. I know he's out for the season, but still.
But the problem with Rashad Bateman was even when he was back, because everyone would said the same thing. They're like, "Oh, he's back. He's going to be the." Was he that good?
I mean,
He's
he's not great.
Like he was
He's
so hyped from being back for his injury. I drafted him
Mhm.
in 2 fantasy leagues. not first overall, obviously, but like, or not first pick, but like I
No, but
picked
as
him
the
up.
wide receiver, you're
Yeah,
gonna use.
like
Yeah.
I picked
Mhm.
Bateman, and even when he was there, it's like I understand Bateman. And by the way, that could be a Jacksonville number one. Good Lord.
Mhm.
Put Rashad Bateman on the team because Lamar looks to run so often that Bateman's talent seems wasted. And I'm not like blaming Lamar for that. That's just the offensive play style. Like that's how
Right.
it's going to go.
Right.
But no receiver on the Ravens is going to be like a superstar where put him in a pass heavy offense and I could see that turning around. I just haven't got to see enough of him, I don't think, to like know
Yeah.
if he's that good because Lamar is like one or two reads and he's off to the races. He doesn't give
Oh
it
my God, Tua
time.
just had a beautiful play. Sorry.
No, you're good. Who is it to?
Oh, he just did a beautiful pump fake and then underhand throw to the fullback.
Ingold, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This Vikings Bills game is going to be close. They're about to score right now, or they
by the way,
should be at least about to
let's go
score.
over our
Not
Rumble
very good.
lineups. It's time for that, I do believe.
That was a little complicated to set up today, but I love how they have it formatted now that I'm kind of used to it.
Oh, the multiple lineups. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have a JJ still. I know everyone yell at me, blah, blah, blah. But I still just have the free one. I went with Jefferson. He already has 15 points, so seems like a good call there. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, McCaffrey, Saquon, who I think just goes nuts at Houston. They're already up 7-0, so he's gonna get a million carries. Cooper Kupp, as I'll always put in every lineup for the rest of my life.
Is Stafford out?
I don't care.
Pretty
It
sure he
doesn't
is.
matter. I don't think.
It
Cooper
doesn't
Kupp.
matter what your name is.
I mean, Hawkinson. I played over Kyle Pitts,
Singletary with a score. What the heck?
and
is
I have
going
Tyreek.
on?
And I have Tyreek.
And you know what? Sorry. The Bills are running the hell out of the ball because Josh Allen's hurt and they're not making him throw. Just throwing it out there. The Bills,
Also,
if the Bills continue this way, they're not even gonna make the Super Bowl, let alone win it.
Mahomes is limping violently around the field.
Yeah, his ankle got crushed.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, but they were driving even after he was limping pretty well until their rookie running back just threw the ball on the ground. So that happened. And now Trevor Lawrence is about to score. Oh, I just saw that pump by Tua, and he absolutely made that guy look like a third grader.
Right?
Jesus.
It was like that Michael Jordan gif that I posted the other night.
Yeah. That was funny, actually. I love that.
So if anybody watches us on Sundays, you have now verged into We Watch Football With You time, which is my favorite part of the podcast. I actually like it. It's fun. Oh, Trevor Lawrence on a designed run, and it was designed to not work, dude. It just stuffed. He's way too tall for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, whoever said whoever was in here earlier, I don't know if you still are, Florian, did you start Daniel Jones? Because it's a pretty good call so far if you did. That's all I want to know. He is 100% completions with a touchdown. Mind you, it's only 4 for 4, but still. I take that. We take those in fantasy.
Who wants to buy a Trevor Lawrence triple badge with me right now? Anyone watching?
70 cents in my Dapper account. I cannot
Anyone
participate.
watching? 340, 342, 350, and then it jumps to 444.
It's a nice little bump.
And they're good cereals too. Number 576. No, 806 isn't very good, but number 467.
So another quick moment, if anybody's watching the Kansas City game, that guy on the punt return, let's see his name. I just want to Lamons, it looks like, number 29 for Kansas City. I'm saying that because I don't really know that guy. He just lost his job. He will never play again.
What?
Ever.
What happened?
I did not see what happened.
It was a punt by Jacksonville.
Okay.
And Jacksonville went to down it on the 1 yard line. By the way, I don't understand how the play call ended up, but we'll get there. So Kadarius Toney was back to receive the punt, moved out of the way of the ball, and the Jacksonville defender tried to down it on the 1, right? But he like bobbled it, and this other dude from Kansas City ran in and tried to dive on it for some reason, lost it. So now it's a fumble. Jacksonville recovered, and they called it a touchback. So I'm not really sure how any of that happened, but
Wait.
that guy flew in like he meant business and tried to recover the not fumble.
The not fumble.
Andy Reid's just going to be like, since you don't know the
Take
rules
your
of the game, you can go somewhere else. Since you don't understand that's not a fumble,
Oof.
Oh, Pickens.
Go work at Wendy's.
Did he score?
Yeah.
Oh, God, Pickens is so good.
I feel
Also,
like it's weird with no playbook.
Right?
It's not
like,
weird.
It's like, why am I watching this? I'm like confused.
Wait, let me see.
Just for fun?
Oh, it was a 1-yard catch for Pickens.
No, he
it was
ran
a rush.
Yeah.
Nice. And he's the leading receiver and has a rushing touchdown. Let's go. Kenny Pickett's already thrown the ball 11 times. Yeah, he's a good play in Rumble if you have his Lego.
Yeah, well, that's why he's a great player there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Dressing him every single week.
Yeah, I would too. Because if he goes off, no one else has him.
How is that Jacksonville KC game scoreless?
Because
I got that play that you're talking about with Kansas City up here.
Yeah, watch this nonsense. It's just like that dude flies in.
Oh my God.
No regard for anything.
No regard for his job, that's for sure.
He's just like, football, and just runs at it. Like, don't do that.
That's awesome.
But
like, if that ball goes into the end zone, it's a touchback, right? Like, why wouldn't he just let it go?
Well, they called it a touchback anyway, which is hella confusing.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh, wait, no, because it was a live ball when he touched it. So how is it a touchback after? I don't know. But it's scoreless because Kansas City was about to score and then they fumbled it on like the 10. And then their drive, though, it's like 6 minutes long. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're going to beat Jacksonville. I will say the one moment that I'm always looking at, and I know it's like out of my price range as of right now, I will actually look at it again to give you a comparison, is Trayvon Walker. That triple badge Lego. That's an amazing play, by the way. If anyone hasn't seen
I haven't seen
play.
Trayvon or Jay?
The number 1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker for Jacksonville, linebacker. He plays sort of like a defensive end linebacker hybrid, but it's a triple badge. It's $435.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And the pick is absurd if you want to watch the moment. I mean,
it's a melt though. So he has a sack.
Yeah, he plays like a hybrid position. He was the number 1 draft pick out of Georgia.
He has a leaping interception. Is it a touch? Nope.
The pick is absurd though. His awareness on that is just crazy.
He like leaped through the middle of the field to grab it out of like, I don't know.
Like how he read that play is nuts.
Yeah.
So what are you buying that at? Where's your what's the price?
If it goes under 4, I'll buy it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's at $435.
Yeah, if it goes under 4, I'll buy it.
The last sale on it was $400.
I know.
Yeah. You know what? It got
sniped
crazy.
Really quick, though, I think
it does. And you know what's super crazy? The early morning snipes have been pretty ridiculous lately because I've been watching a couple things and I was like, oh, for one, I was like 700, I would buy that. And 2 of them sold at like 4 and 5 in the morning. And I was like, what? Who is up? But if you're on the East Coast, obviously it's a lot different. Right, but for me, being 4 and 5 in the morning is just, I'm never going to get that.
Yeah, that's someone late at night on the East Coast putting something up.
Yeah.
And then West Coast comes along on late at night for them. Well, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Also, another, I don't know if anyone's talked about this, and it doesn't seem that relevant, but to a team that is always in contention like the Chiefs, I feel it's pretty relevant. So Ronald Jones got signed there. Edwards-Helaire was like the dude for a while. Kadarius Toney just got his first touchdown as a Chiefs player, and there wasn't even anyone guarding him. So apparently, like no one.
He literally got in there on one leg.
Yeah.
He like flamingoed into the end zone.
I like that. That's a great statement.
I mean, who was supposed to guard that guy? Because they didn't do their job. Literally, no one on that side of the field. Wow, that's crazy.
They're like,
But,
oh, he used to be a giant.
what I was saying is Ronald Jones got signed to that team. Edwards-Helaire was supposed to be like good. He was a first round draft pick. And then Isaiah Pacheco is now their starting running back, and he was like a 7th round pick out of
what's going on with that?
Just goes to the
Kentucky or
state of running
something.
back.
Mhm.
But I mean,
They're just
he's running
replaceable.
violently. He's ran the ball. Look at the stats. I mean, Kansas City's not known to run the ball. He has 4 rushes for 28 yards, and they've all been like hard, right up the middle runs. And he's just good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Because he's got a fresh body.
I mean that's
Can get
true, but I
used
feel like
up and-
getting a back like that drastically, like Mahomes threw 60 something times last week.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it was like 70.
Yeah.
I think he
I
hit.
think he almost had the record, didn't he?
It was nuts. But I mean, if they can save him where he only has to throw 30 times a game, 25 times a game, and he has a rusher that hits 100. I don't know the last time Kansas City had a rusher that was 100 yards besides some freak like 70-yard run.
Mhm.
You know, like a consistent 100-yard rusher that just, I think, balances them out again where they're even scarier. Like, people can drop 9 against them right now, or have been able to, and just like do whatever. So, let's see. It was torn yesterday between Jefferson or Diggs. Lego chose Diggs with better team, thinner floor. Jefferson younger, a little better, but more expensive and a thick floor.
Which
I would have went with
Diggs
Jefferson if
Lego?
I just had the choice. I think Jefferson.
Well, which Diggs Lego though? Because there's 2. So that's a question as well. I'm looking right now, and I'm super upset with myself that I missed this number 48 Elijah Mitchell that Phoenix sold. I didn't know he was selling that. $595 for 48 Elijah Mitchell Lego. That was a mistake.
People
It's
are
back
acting
up.
like he's dead because
Yeah, that
McCaffrey's
was
there, but
wait till
I mean,
wait till he comes back.
wait
His
till he
triple
comes
threat is
back.
gonna quadruple in price in a night.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it already. So the last sale was $595, and it's like so. Then it bumped it up to $825. I mean, it's an artificial inflate, but still.
The cheaper Diggs, not historical.
Not historical. Okay, I like that Diggs just because it's the team he's on currently, for sure. And I think that it's a toss up. It goes back to this whole debate on who's gonna win this game. I mean, Justin Jefferson is really amazing, and so is Diggs. But I think Diggs is a product of Josh Allen, whereas Jefferson is making Kirk Cousins look good, not the other way around. Does that make sense?
yep.
Like that can't be right. That was Kadarius's Tony's first ever touchdown.
Yeah,
any
wasn't he a
team?
rookie? Wasn't he a rookie
Yeah,
last year? Yeah, he's
but
only
he-
a second year.
Yeah, but he played
He
like
didn't play a lot last year.
Yeah,
was
he
injured.
played with Daniel Jones last year, and who's horrible.
Yeah, he just and was
Oh.
injured at least half the season.
well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Good for that dude.
Good for that guy. Also,
I love watching him play. I hope he stays healthy and he's just a little
Do you?
joystick out there bouncing
Is he-
around. Oh yeah,
Is he good?
He's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, I'm eyeing the Trayvon Diggs legendary.
I do love that purchase though. That Diggs Lego is amazing, and I don't care if it's a series 2 or not. It's still an awesome play, and one of the top receivers for sure in the league right now.
So my question, and I know
I would, if I could, I would buy both. That's my
Yeah.
my opinion. for sure, because Jefferson's Lego is also amazing.
Watching this Jacksonville game, I also have a question going back to Trevor Lawrence, and you guys
Mhm.
seem like you would know more than me here. I know the like RPO run pass option game is big in college. Like it's
Mhm.
what everyone runs.
Yeah.
It's very rare in the pros, though. I mean, you see like Lamar Jackson doing it well. You see Kyler Murray trying, I guess, whatever. But like, is that what you want Trevor Lawrence running?
Absolutely not. No.
And that's what he runs all game. Like, is that one of his downfalls? Is it that they're running it like it?
Well, it's
He's
not his downfall, right? I
well,
mean,
no. That's what I'm saying. It's one of the teams he's faking to a running back and then getting crushed a lot of the times right after because he's. I mean, he's quick. Don't get me wrong. He is pretty quick for his size, but he's not fast.
he's not
Like,
fast and he's very tall.
hey, do you want him standing completely still after faking the ball and just getting hit in the knees? Like, it doesn't seem like I feel like you'd want him in the shotgun at all times and just like spread him out and let him sling it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they don't trust him still, it doesn't look like.
I
Like he always has that fallback of like having a back. Oh, and their offensive line is terrible, by the way.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I mean, he's a very large QB and he's probably more athletic than we give him credit for. But at the same time, if you can't protect him in the pocket, then you can't let him sit back there, right? I mean, it's just too hard.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to get so beat up during the game that he's just, exhausted. You have to have a little bit of you have to give him a chance, right?
Is that what the RPO's for then? To take pressure off of like the free rush? Maybe is to like make people like if you just snap the ball 5 wide, he's just going to get hit in the back or hit over and over and over. So they're trying to like delay that rush a bit, maybe.
I would say so. Yeah.
Also, Russell
I mean,
Wilson 1-7, so that's fun.
I'm so over Russell Wilson, everything to do with him. I don't want to hear about his high knees. I don't want to hear about his like
His
I don't
wife.
know. Nothing about him at all. Going back to Trevor Lawrence, I don't think they have any weapons, right? We talked about this at the very beginning. They don't have any weapons whatsoever. So
They don't respect anybody to have to double team them or keep safeties over the top or anybody.
Yeah. So if you have no targets and you have a bad offensive line,
The double whammy there.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
stand a
You're
chance.
really just you're taking Trevor Lawrence and you're seeing what his football acumen is, right? You're sticking him back there. You're calling RPO. If he goes up to the line, like this is something that Tom Brady is so great at. The greats are so great at this. You go up to the line, you read the defense. If you read that you're gonna have a zone or man to man, and you cannot have like the faith in your receivers to get open, then you just kill the play, right? So, I mean, that's essentially what RPO is doing. So it's giving him a chance to make a call when he gets up to the line, as opposed to them pigeonholing him and calling a pass play and just betting on their offensive line to not let him get decimated.
Yeah. I mean,
And he's a tall guy. So
he has an out.
yes, he has an out. Exactly. Whereas if they call a pass play and he has to sit back there for 2.5 to 3 seconds, he is forced then to do stuff with his legs, and I don't think that they trust his legs, which isn't a horrible
No, you shouldn't trust his legs. And not saying, like I said, not saying he's not athletic, but like you don't want your 6'5" throwing quarterback to be scrambling.
No,
Like,
not at all. Not at all.
That's not the game plan.
So I think that's just the reason that they're doing it. I think if they had some more wide receiver options, or if they had maybe bigger wide receivers and like a tight end, I think he would be great with like a 2 tight end set. Just like let him have a chance to get the ball out there, right? Even if it's like little dinks and dunks, 7 yards, 9 yards, like that's what he needs. He needs, like to your point, Kyle Pitts. Someone who's just he could put the ball up. He's
Reliable.
6'5". He's
Yeah.
6'5". He could throw the ball above everybody. And then he
Mhm.
just needs someone to be able to go up and get it over everybody.
Yep.
Um,
I mean,
but
if you think about it, everyone's always, and I've grown up watching football since I was 2, and I've been, hearing people talk about football. I live in the South. That's all anyone talks about is football and guns. So, I mean, the thing about it is
Najee down.
if you can throw, if every single play, oh my dear Lord, hold on. If you can get 5 yards, you win. That's it.
yes. Yeah.
You win the game. It's how it works. I mean, everyone's always up for these big bombs, which are cool. But a team that can put together an 8-minute drive and scores every single time on those 8-minute drives wins football games.
Mhm.
And that's what I think Trevor would thrive on is, like you said, little 8 to 10 yard dink and dunks. Get someone like Pitts the ball in his hand 4 yards down the field, let him get 7, do it again. And then he would win a ton of games. He's deadly accurate if he has time.
Oh yeah.
Like he's
For sure.
good. It's just and a lot of times too, which his stats are skewed, he's down a lot, so he has to try like craziness, which we went over last week. He has to throw the ball into deep coverage zones. And
have you actually watched his triple badge moment? Like, have you sat and watched it? It's
no.
It's a super contested throw, and somehow he snuck it in there. I mean, it almost doesn't look like a catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but he's to your point though, he's deadly accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see Pitts in Jacksonville. It'd be fun, but
yeah,
I think he has
that's the way
2 more years on his rookie contract, and I feel like the Falcons are going to end his career. I don't think he's going to be desirable after 2 years, which sucks. Because then that goes into the risk of like, after his rookie contract, you picked him 6th overall, by the way. The Falcons picked him 6th overall, a tight end, and they're using him like he's a 4th rounder. But after his rookie contract, what are they going to give up? A 5th rounder?
Kirk Cousins just threw an interception.
Oh my God. Well, if it's not to Justin Jefferson, I don't care.
18 seconds left in the first. 14-7.
You know what I mean? Like, are they going to trade him for a 5th rounder?
Yes.
Who, Pitts?
Eventually, like that'll probably be what happens. That seems to be the value for guys that like teams know you're not going to be able to keep around, right?
But then someone just gets a steal.
Yeah.
Like,
or you get nothing for him because he walks.
I mean, think about it like this. Look, the Falcons just lost to the Carolina Panthers, who literally traded their best player away and are starting
and don't have a quarterback.
And they're starting like their 3rd string quarterback. Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong.
They're trying to lose.
Yeah, they're trying to lose. And the Falcons with Mariota, who is garbage, can't even get like 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's just pathetic.
Listen to these stats. So Devontae Freeman ran the ball 31 times for 130 yards. If you run the ball 31 times, you're going to get 130 yards. That's fine. PJ Walker threw the ball 16 times all game. Okay. Mariota threw the ball 30 times. He had 8 targets to Kyle Pitts. 8. Kyle Pitts had 2 catches for 28 yards. Get him a quarterback. He threw it to him 8 times and he caught 2 for 28 yards. Like,
is Mariota short? I forget.
He's not tall, but he's not short.
Tall, right?
He's like 6 foot, 6'1", maybe.
Yeah.
He's not super tall.
He's not that short then. I was thinking he was shorter than he is because he looks short and he plays short. He kind of, every time he throws over the middle, I feel like he's getting batted down, or at least in that game he was.
As a Panthers fan, we can't lose if we trade. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're literally tanking for a pick, and they beat a team that had no business losing. And who would the Panthers want right now? Top 3. I mean, the top 3 are cemented in who they're going to be
for this coming draft.
Yeah, I mean, we know who the top 3 are going to be, but I mean, It's an edge rusher and 2 quarterbacks. Do they want a quarterback? I mean, yes.
I would think so. You know, they're insane. The fact that they're just not playing Baker, I don't know what's going on there. It's almost like they have buyer's remorse that they just don't even like him as a person and don't want to play him. But he's still better than PJ Walker. I mean, Jesus. Like
Yeah,
they,
I mean, obviously he's better. But
yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if that's like what they're thinking is their solution, right?
Well, I'm thinking they are literally trying to tank by not playing Baker, and they're still winning games.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think Baker in that game beats the Falcons by 30.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So, do you think how are they trying to tank though if they know that they can win? I mean, do they want that number 1 pick? Are they trying to get a QB? Because they're not
They
going to
have
have
to
a
be.
number 1 pick. What's his?
It's Will Anderson Jr. is going to go number 1.
Yeah,
The defensive end from Alabama, or
Right.
linebacker, whatever you want to call him.
you think so?
Yes.
Okay, but who has the number 1 pick?
Right now, it's
The Lions?
probably, and
I
they would
mean-
pair him with Aiden Hutchinson, and it would be heaven.
Oh, that'd be
Right.
disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so who's to say the Lions aren't trying to tank? I mean, they are hot garbage.
They're about to score against Chicago, but I think it's also to the fact of you can't obviously try to tank. Like I don't think
No.
like you can't do that. So if you just like right now the Lions are gonna possibly beat Chicago,
Mhm.
you get some games that the other team just sucks so bad too that you can't do that. Like
Yeah.
Carolina did with the
Well,
Falcons.
the Lions for the longest time, I mean, well, not for the longest time. For this season, the Lions have been just putting up massive points, right? But their defense is so bad that they can't win.
Yeah, and this
I mean,
is
they're losing like 39 to 37.
what RWG said. It's Will Anderson, CJ, and Bryce are the top 3
Mhm.
in almost every mock. So it's 1 edge rusher and 2 quarterbacks.
Mhm.
And then in the top 5, you're even potentially seeing some 3 quarterbacks drafted in the top 5. This last year was so weak on quarterbacks. That's what I feel like a lot of teams had a problem with is the teams in the bottom 10 or in the top 5 or top 10 draft picks needed a quarterback,
Mhm.
but there weren't any that they could
Yeah.
call like a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
That's how you
CJ
end up
Stroud
with
at
Kenny
Ohio
Pickett.
State, exactly. CJ Stroud from Ohio State is the typical could win you a Super Bowl quickly quarterback. And I think Bryce isn't quite that. I do love Alabama, but he's very small and isn't very fast.
Yeah.
So he's not like a Kyler. He's deadly accurate, but I think he'll have some problems on the pros. But I mean, he's better than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
Um,
Kenny Pickett is just a disaster.
and then
Excuse
last
me
year
one
was
second.
so heavy defensively. Like I mean, you had Trayvon Walker, you had Aiden Hutchinson, you had Kyle Hamilton, you had all the big players coming in defensively. Where this year isn't really like that. You have Will Anderson and Jalen Carter, I think his name is, from UGA, and then it's all offensive heavy after that. So it's a flip on last year's draft, and teams have to adjust to that. If you're tanking or if you're losing a lot of games, you're going to take an offensive player this year, most likely. So which one do you need? If you need a quarterback, this is the year. But yeah, if Carolina ended up with someone like CJ Stroud, I think they just are immediately in contention. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of pieces they have to fix, so. If anybody has any questions, any comments, now would be the time. I think we're about up to wrap up time on the old podcast here. But if anybody has any final comments, questions, anything, let us know.
Anything you're hoping to see this week?
Yeah, how about that? If anybody's here watching, what do you hope they do this week, this upcoming week? Because do we see Playbook back? What are we feeling? Honestly, hope to see Playbook back.
I
Not
want
that
to
I'll
see a
compete in
tier
it, probably,
challenge.
but
Have they just like conditioned us to want Playbook just because it's so boring without it? Like,
yes,
Yeah.
100%. Like I won't even do it probably, but like I just want to see it.
but
and be like,
watching it
could I
happen
do
is
it?
cool. Yeah, watching it happen is nice.
Yeah,
It's
some
definitely a
reason-
fun way to interact with football games, right? Like,
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It gives me like something else to watch other than just the game, which used to be enough, but apparently not anymore. Thanks.
Yeah,
all day.
now we're all addicted to Playbook.
yeah, when it used to be the game, then it was fantasy football. Now it's
Yeah.
Playbook.
And what's funny is I used to watch, like, I'm a Chiefs fan. My fiance grew up in Kansas City, so I'm a Falcons fan, unfortunately. And then I get a good team, so woo. But
Mhm.
I used to watch every Chiefs and every Falcons game from beginning to end. I haven't done that once since Playbook started. I just don't watch the games like I used to anymore because I'm flipping between 15 of them
Yeah.
to see what's happening where, which is different. And I don't know if I like it, but I do it. So I must.
Yeah, I've always been a red zone guy for the last couple of years, so not too
Are you
much.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just, I
If
feel
there's
like you
like a
missed so
very
much.
specific
You
game
missed
that I
so
want to
much.
watch, yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I like the big plays, and it kind of fits in with what we need for Playbook also, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But like I said, if there's a specific game where I'm like, oh, like Kansas City Bills, like I'm gonna watch that game,
Mhm.
not red zone.
I mean,
but
I guess that's a good point. Yeah, there haven't been any of those games this year. Even
And,
like
like-
the Vikings Bills game, like I don't really want to watch that.
yeah, and like I'll watch maybe a 4 p.m. game on its own, but
Mhm.
the afternoon slate, I'm pretty much always watching red zone.
There's I don't know. They
Buffalo
could.
is crushing them, by the
Yeah, I
way.
was gonna say the Bills might run away with this like so easily. If they get one more touchdown before the half, this game's over.
Oh,
KJ Osborne
Olave is
cereal
so
just
sick.
put up for sale, 99. What, number one cereal? As all of us search KJ Osborne. on Marketplace.
Yeah, I just don't care about him enough. You know what I mean? Like jersey for 99. I don't know. I mean, that could be a stupid move on their part.
Yeah, they just may not know. I mean, they did, obviously, if they posted a 99 over 5, but
I mean, is it worth having like a jersey number of a?
is it just worth having KJ Osborne is the question.
Yeah, like you're not going to make your money back. I don't think personally. Is KJ Osborne gonna like shock the world and be Justin Jefferson? I doubt it.
No.
No.
No, he's not.
No. So that's a great price though. Where's OC at? I'm sure he would buy it.
I mean,
for
someone's going
$100.
to take it in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no way.
And then list it for 120.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Hey,
I mean, you can get a double digit. You can get number 31 KJ Osborne for $10.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's not his jersey, but still. That's crazy. Nice catch. Where'd you see that at? How'd you see that? Oh, where's people? Oh, man. Hey, Blaze. Micah Parsons rare 3 badge is up to 416 again.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
kind of the opposite way than I was expecting it to go.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, aren't people buying
guess-
them, though, to like potentially burn them?
no, you don't need to burn
No,
it.
you don't need
So-
to burn it.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
I guess
to-
a lot
so
of people
let-
can't see the people can't see the expected completions, I guess,
I don't.
anymore.
Well,
It's
no. I
just-
mean, what expected completions? That would make you want to buy this 699 rare, not
No,
not burn
No,
for
other way around.
Why?
it's not going to
Expected completions
not
is like
gonna have
2600 right now.
Yeah, it's not going to reach that. Though.
Even if it has 1500, I'd still
it's
rather
still
have
a
this.
rare. It's still a rare. And
If it becomes a
destroys that
rare,
tier.
if it's a rare, the debut drops no matter what. No matter if it's a
Yeah.
$24.99.
It's unfortunate. Like I don't feel that's how it should be. I don't value it any better. It's just that's what I expect the market to react to because
Yeah,
it'll
people
have the
know
same
the utility of a rare unless the challenge specifies debut is
Or
exactly
three.
the same.
Yeah.
Like they know that if they have a 2400 mint count rare, it's going to work the same as the 700 mint count rare. It doesn't matter. So the value will drop of the 700 solely because there's 2 of them. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter the mint counts.
Well, then why is it going up?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense.
It's weird, but it's a beautiful moment of a phenomenal player. So,
Micah Parsons is an absolute freak.
and like that floor is so thin, it could jump to 500 or even 600 pretty quickly.
That's where it was for the longest time. Remember, it was at
It
600.
used to be 700.
Yeah.
And if,
416,
maybe
420,
they make
420,
sets a thing,
440.
and that's all it takes to push that at probably close to 1,000.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it definitely should be one of the only moments that is like definitely underpriced right now is that Micah Parsons triple badge, in my opinion. But that's
Yeah,
just me. I mean, I think that if you're gonna have a triple badge of any defensive player that is as good as he is, it should be 500.
there's not too many that compare to it. Like the only one in my mind that comes close, well, not comes close, but is on the same tier is Trevor Lawrence's 3 badge, right? Like
yeah,
both rookies of elite players or presumed to be elite in Lawrence's.
I told
Yeah.
you Trayvon Diggs is or Trayvon Walker's
Trevor
Lego.
Walker.
Yeah, and the Pickens Lego, like those
the
are
Pickens
moments
Lego.
that are like I think are true
Grails.
grails if
Yeah.
this platform goes on. A Justin Herbert debut is nice, but like there's something to be said about a 3 badge rookie moment with only $6.99.
You know the craziest rookie moment, triple badge that's kept its value from not quite its value, but kept very high value from day one is Kyle Pitts. Still sitting at 2K.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's a 49 mint count triple badge.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just I don't think it's worth that. I would never buy it.
Wonder what the sales have been.
So one of my favorite things to do, guys, is go on to OTM, and I did this for a long time until they just got out of hand. But if you go to OTM, you can search by 3 badges, and I was just buying every 3 badge that I could afford.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good plan.
They I don't want to say they priced me out after a while, but you're looking at you can get 33 badges, and the highest priced one is $19 if you search by low ask, right? By lowest ask. So you got a whole bunch of $4 ones, a whole bunch of $5 ones, then it goes 7, 8, 9, then it goes 12 for Davis Mills, 19 for Justin Fields. Then it jumps up to 32 for Kyrie Lamb.
I feel like that Justin
Jalen
Fields
Watson.
is going to move up.
Oh, it's got to, right? I mean, it already has. It jumped 46% in the last 7 days.
Yeah.
It's only $19. I would buy one. I mean, I have 2, but I would buy another one. Zach Wilson triple badge. I know it's 10,000 mint count. Huh? Yeah, $9. You got to be kidding me. So if you wanted to look at this as like a collector's platform, right? I mean, if you compare it to card stock, rookie cards are going to be like grails, right? Like look at that Justin Herbert that everyone went crazy for a long time. It's not worth anything now, but all of these are just that in a digital form. I mean, I would buy most of these. I'd buy another Trevor Lawrence, Amon-Ra, $99 triple badge locked in.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting. The only one that I do agree with going down is that Najee Harris. I mean, I think he's done. Like
he had a pretty bad foot injury. The Liz Frank foot injuries are always like year enders. I'm surprised they let him play.
I know,
especially with the team and the shape that it is. Like it seems like something where you say, "Okay, we'll see you next year, bud."
Yeah, for sure. And then you got Damon Pierce at $700 right now. I like it. I really like it. I'm contemplating it. And the best one that just like makes my heart happy is Trey Lance all the way down to 2,900 when I know that some people bought him for $7,000. That's rough. He'll never get back there ever.
No.
Calling it right now. Calling it
No.
right now. Like, say what you want. You call me wrong, but he'll never get back to $7,000 again. That Rashad Bateman is looking really nice at 1,200 because of the fact that it sold like more, not recently, but you know, on July 20th, it sold for 3,000, 2,700, 2,000, 2,600, 2,600. On September 18th, it sold for 2,600, and now it's all the way down to 12. I mean, that's a great deal. And
Yeah.
the moment is only a 49 mint count, and it's a triple badge Lego. It's just a great moment to have for $1,200.
My next play is going to be going after those team set bottlenecks, mostly historical players, but like Anquan Bolden, those types of players. In
Yeah.
anticipation for needing to collect some team sets. I'm sure that's got to be a thing eventually.
Are they
Right.
counting
I agree with you.
historicals in the team sets though, or is it current players?
It depends on what team set you're measuring, but like if
Yeah,
you're
they have
going
a list
all
of both.
or Series 1 or Series 2, but yeah, it's a gamble like everything else on the platform, but I think that's going to be the next thing. Is I've already got a couple, but
which ones are you looking at the most? You said
I haven't
Bolden?
looked recently enough to get caught up. I don't even know if Anquan is, to be honest. Like, I'm just kind of like
I really
thinking about
like
my next moves and what I kind of think they're going to do. Like, they set up the team chats in Discord where you can only go to whatever your favorite team is, right? And they seem to be more team focused.
Yeah, I did a complete flip flop on historicals, and I went and completed like 3 of those sets just because I think that, for Playbook especially, they're just so needed all the time that I had to buy them, and they're so cheap right now. I mean, you can get Gridiron for $100, I believe.
Yeah, I've been going through and
You
just
have
buying
to buy them.
enough to have one historical from each team, sort of thing.
Yeah. I think it's a good move. Because they're so cheap right now, it's just irresponsible almost not to do it.
Yeah.
But there's also like some rares. Like I really like that Reggie White rare. And it's
I've got
gotten
that.
down. It's gotten down
He's
pretty
such an
low.
amazing player. I think we'll craft him eventually.
Yeah, it's gotten down so low. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
Gridiron, yeah, it's like right at $100. It's 87 for me to complete right now, and I only own 5 of the moments
for a Gridiron.
Yeah.
No, it's a good one to complete. In my opinion,
an opening axe is only 76. I think I'd only own one of those. It's like $85 to complete, and Brett Favre is the most expensive one. And it's
I just did that, and I bought Brett Favre for 26.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I was able to get him for. But that Reggie White rare strip sack, it's not his debut, but it is the rare. It's only $47 right now. That's not bad at all.
That's where his common was during the offseason.
Yes, that's where his common was. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you look at long-term collectability, like why there's really no reason for that to go up or down. Like it should just stay the same. There's no reason. I don't think he was needed for Playbook week, was he?
No, but I think he was in a challenge in the offseason.
Yeah, I bought
RWG.
I got Favre at
I think
80,
I did the same. I did the same one time, like when it first came out. I packed the debut. I sold it right away because I was like, oh, I don't like Brett Favre. And then we all just were talking each other into stuff, and I fall victim to that all the time. And I was like, you got to have opening acts. And I was like, okay. So I rebought it for like $20 more than I sold it for. And
I bought his rare for $400.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah. See,
I got 2 challenges out of it, but yeah, that's a painful one to look at.
It is. That is painful. You know what's also painful? Ben Roethlisberger, 845.
Yep.
That's.
All right, guys. Well, I think it is about time. It's 2 p.m. over here, and yeah, I hope everyone
We
enjoyed.
could start rambling on forever. So
We
yeah.
could, yeah. If you're hanging out with us today and you are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. We're back Wednesdays at 10 p.m. and then, as always, Sundays at 12:30. You'll get notifications. It'll tell you when we're live, and you can come hang out. So
Oh,
Yeah.
forgot to mention. Sorry, there's going to be a standard drop raffle, I believe, for in everything all day. Discord.
oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, there'll be
So
a
keep an eye out for that.
pack raffle. I have the link will be in the description of this video. So come join the Discord and hang out with us while we're not live as well. So
Yeah.
but you
for
guys
sure.
have a good Sunday. Watch some football, and we'll see you next time.
Take care,
Cheers.
guys.